Joel Reese.
Yes.
Joel, were you a part of that book that that guy wrote about the history of North Carolina? You know what book I'm talking about?
The one William Powell wrote about the Encyclopedia of North Carolina. Right, he was here at the library. Yeah, we did a book signing with him.
Were you part of that thing?
No, I was not involved in that project.
No?
O.C. Stone Street, that writes for the paper, and Bill Powell, who writes for the paper, were both involved in that. They have articles in that book.
Right, yeah. Powell, he's old as the hills, isn't he, Powell? He's been around a long time.
He's in his upper 80s. Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about, though.
Yeah. He's an authority on North Carolina history. He's written a lot of books that are standards in libraries and schools across the country, really.
Yeah. That's a good, thick book he's got there. Joel, have you ever heard of Billy Joel, the singer? Billy Joel?
Yeah.
What do you think of this guy?
He's good. He's a good piano player.
Were you named for Billy Joel?
No, I was named. My parents were in the 50s when they were dating, and they went to a lot of drive-in movies. And they named me after Joel McCrea, who was a Western star.
Joel McCrea?
And Clark Gable, who was more of a movie star.
So your middle name's Clark Gable, or?
Joel Clark.
Joel Clark. Okay.
Joel Clark Reese, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have been a Clark bar.
Yeah.
You know the Clark bar?
No, I don't know that.
You remember the candy bar, the Clark bar?
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
Well, you haven't been around, Joel, unless you've had a Clark bar.
Yeah. So what do you think of the library here?
Oh, I like it. But Joel, I'm the guy asking the questions.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking with you.
Well, the library's popular. We're the popular.
Yeah.
We're the popular form of government.
Yeah, it is a beautiful facility. I think this is an outstanding library.
Yeah. Well, popular government, though, is sort of an oxymoron. If you put it, it's
popular government? Yeah, I see where you're going with that. In other words, you're saying government, the larger aspect of government, as opposed to do we really like government?
Yeah. Well, people like the library. People get their families and they'll come to the library. You don't really get your family and say, well, let's go down to the landfill, or let's go to the county jail, or let's go down and...
Some people like to visit the jail.
Yeah, some people have to visit the jail to visit family. But, in fact, that's what I was...
They have a lot of books in the jail.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they do.
There's I spent a night in the jail.
I read that article just a while ago.
I read almost a half a book in there. A book by this guy Dan Brown, the same guy that wrote the Da Vinci Code.
Okay.
They got books all over the place in there.
Yeah.
There's not much else to do in the library. I mean, in the jail, except to
read. Yeah, right on the
fight
wall.
the guys off.
Plan to get up. Plan to get out.
Here in the library, however, you could read. You can work on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can be regaled with stories of history by a guy like you.
Mm-hmm.
And regale us with one of those stories. By the way, do you like the word regale? Or do you use that word often?
No, not really. I have a sister named Brenda Gale.
What part of history do you like? I mean, you're a historian. I mean, what do you like?
Pretty much what I do here, what I do is help people with genealogy and their family history.
Oh, that's
and then a lot of it is the local history of the area, the Iredell County Statesville area. Mm-hmm. I've got tons of stuff right here on the Boston train wreck that I've been going over.
Right. That was one of the most major train wrecks in the state, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was 1891. And the landmark, the Statesville Record and Landmark, has had a lot to do with it. Their articles that they printed are famous articles, really.
It says reminiscing there, 1950.
Yeah, they basically reprinted the articles that had been published before.
So you're reading almost a 60-year-old reprint of an article that was reprinted from 70 years before that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's still got the information. Really, I don't guess there's been anything new information-wise to come out. Other than
train wrecks and it wrecked. What are you going to do with that?
Yeah. And Caldwell, the editor, of course, he became famous and went on and started the Charlotte Observer after that. And his articles that he wrote on that train wreck are...
Look at that ad right there, 666.
Pretty famous,
Isn't that the sign of the something in the Bible about that? See that? 666, right?
666 with quinine.
I don't know what that's all about. And Joel, quite frankly,
medicine.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the early ads. kind of hard to.
But I mean, I guess I'm saying your degree, I'm guessing, is history. Or
Well,
am I
actually,
wrong?
I have a master's in library science,
Okay.
with a bachelor's in English and a minor in professional writing.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay. But history's always intrigued, and I guess genealogy and that sort
yeah,
of.
but that's my focus
Yeah.
in libraries is through history.
It's an interesting study, isn't it, Joel? Genealogy. How people get from here to there. All right, Joel. We do a new thing here. It's called five and five high five. There you go. Thanks,
Okay.
Joel. That's Joel Reese. He's one of our good writers at the Record and Landmark.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you.
See you, Joel.